Are you terrified of public speaking? Directors of pregnancy resource centers face the reality that more often than you wish, you are going to have to get up in front of that large group of people and speak. And for some, this is a terrifying thought. Well, here's some tips that I hope that will help you achieve success even when speaking in public. Wouldn't you agree that's something we all need? I don't know about you, but speaking in front of a live audience used to terrify me. And I promise you this, it will be a welcome change when you realize that you can do it confidently and professionally. So here's 4 tips to cope. Flashback to 3rd grade when you had to get up and give your first book report in front of the entire class. Even if that cute guy was in the front row, your heart was beating so hard you could hear it in your ears. Your palms were sweaty and your knees were knocking. And if giving a presentation in front of someone makes you feel like this, then join the club. You're not alone. In fact, I think Jerry Seinfeld has one of the best quotes out there about this. According to most studies, he says, people's number 1 fear is public speaking. Number 2 is death. Death is number 2? Does that seem right? That means the average person, if you have to go to a funeral, you'd rather off being in that casket than having to get up and give the eulogy. Well, Dr. Michael Telk of the Laboratory of Study of Anxiety Disorders in the Department of Psychology at the University of Texas at Austin says that for most Americans, the biggest fear is public speaking, with 15% of Americans experiencing a dramatic fear of it. Humor and statistics aside, how can you face your fear head on and speak like a pro in public? I want to share a few of my favorite tips. Number 1, know your audience. If you are asked to give a presentation, the most important information you should get ahead of time is about your audience. What is their background? How technical are they? What industries or companies do they come from? By knowing who your audience is or isn't, you can tailor your content to them. By doing this, your presentation, regardless of any nerves you may be feeling, has a better chance of resonating and adding value for your audience, and they will appreciate you for it. As an attendee, there's nothing worse than paying a lot of money to attend a conference and that has a presenter who doesn't know who they are speaking for or to or why. One great trick is to get there early and talk to a few folks to get to know them a tiny bit. Then you'll have someone to connect to in the audience. Then remember, you're the expert. Remember, people are attending this presentation to learn something, and you know your stuff or you wouldn't be up there. Avoid the rabbit hole of thinking that the audience is out to get you and make you look stupid. They are there to gain knowledge, so give them what they came for. By knowing your audience and your stuff, you're halfway there. Then, another tip is to be properly prepared. Remember the saying that being properly prepared prevents poor performance. I'm a firm believer in this one and definitely advise investing the time it takes to put together a solid presentation. Creating your own slides. It will help you if you create the slides and notes that you're going to use as examples and that your audience can relate to. When you have a connection to the examples you use, it makes telling the story or the presentation that much more natural and easy. Use a lot of visuals. Spend quality time creating an engaging deck. And remember to include lots of great visual examples because no one likes to look at just text these days. Rehearse and spend an equal, if not greater, amount of time practicing and rehearsing your presentation. Find a quiet place and do as many dry runs as you need. Then find someone willing to listen and provide you with constructive criticism and do your presentation for them. By feeling prepared, you can lessen the factors that will make your nerves feel frazzled come showtime. And you can get coaching through a group like Toastmasters International, which can really help you gain a sense of confidence and ease. Finally, have fun. No matter how nervous you feel, you will get through it. So it's important to remember to let yourself have some fun and allow your personality to shine through. You don't want to be some stiff suit up on the podium, that alienates your audience. You can come up with some of your own ways of coping from the old school, imagining the audience in their underwear, or another way would be to bring your smartphone to the podium with you, and before you start speaking, tell the audience you're going to take a picture of them, and then explain that at the end of your speech, if you get 3 questions, you'll reveal why you took the picture. Well, why did you take the picture? It's because your parents don't quite get social media and that people pay to hear you speak. So you simply send the pictures. Try this tactic to not only give yourself a few seconds to get comfortable and have a little fun, but it also breaks the ice and draws your listeners in from the get-go. So here's what I want you to do today. Download and print our handy PDF version of these 4 key tips. Share this video with other directors and complete our survey before you go. Now, plan to watch next week's advisory report. Until then, keep up the good work you do. You are making a difference, and the other side just can't stand it. Thanks for listening to the Monday Minute.